Talk to me, mate. How did it really start?
So I was playing just Sunday League at Ickenham, and then from there I went and played on, districts like Hill District squads. Played against loads of different academies.
I'm really interested in this because obviously for an outfield player, there's so many different boxes you have to tick. Nobody talks about being sort of like a technical goalkeeper. What are you looking for? What are some of the like technical marks of like he's a well-rounded goalkeeper?
You've almost got to be like another defender. I'll use Thomas Kaminsky as an example. So I've trained with him many times. He's top.
Is it EDS League? Was it EDS League a bit like Brentford?
There wasn't a league.
Was there not?
No, there's no league. The only thing you play for in the 21s at Luton is the Premier League Cup. That's the only competition you're playing. Other than that, it's friendlies against like, I don't even know. So I'll go back to when I first joined, when I weren't great with my feet. I used to hate the ball coming back to me in a game. Not to the extent of doing Cruyffies. If I did a Cruyff in my box, I probably would have been let go a long time ago. I remember I did that once and I ripped for it.
Right, okay, welcome back to the Penalty Spot podcast. I have another good friend on today, goalkeeper, medium size, but again, another person who I just love having around, and I can't wait to get into his story, and that is Cai Hockey. How you doing today, brother?
I'm good, mate. How are you?
Do you know what? Do you want me to be honest?
Go on.
We've talked about it before we turn on the camera. I'm massively struggling. Yeah. It's hot in here. I'm sweating. If you see the sweat patches, please don't make fun of me. You've got a nice little set on there.
Yeah, I know, but it's warm, mate. It's heavy.
It is warm.
I was debating whether to wear a vest, but I was thinking.
I'm opening the water already. It's not gonna bode well this because I get excited and I get hot anyway. Yeah. So let's start with the 10 quick fire questions. Now I have had to change them again for any of you eagle-eyed listeners, watchers, because Kai's a goalkeeper, so some of them don't apply to him. But hopefully, again, if you're listening, you might be able to spot the differences. Age and current club.
I'm 18 and I'm currently at Luton.
What foot are you?
I'm right-footed predominantly, but my left is just as good.
Football pet peeve.
Probably when people are out under warmers in the sun. Like, what are you doing?
You'd hate me then.
You're not one of them.
I am. I have to.
Why?
It's tradition. 2 reasons. When Mason Mount played for Chelsea, he always wore one, and whether it was hot, cold, and I just loved that. And then I feel like I'm hard. I'm hard, like I've got underarms in the sun. And then 2,
you just look like a melon.
David Beckham always had long sleeves, and I like long sleeves. So I mean, it's one of those. Best goal. Well, it's supposed to say best goal you've ever scored, but best save you've ever made.
Going back a few years, when Man United, when Man United made a triple save, and I don't know if people know him, but Nicky Butt, you know him?
Oh, just about.
Yeah, standing next to me when I made the triple save. Yeah, I was buzzing after the game and noticed it, and I was like, oh.
Did you give it a big one to him, or did you not?
I didn't know he was there.
Oh, fair play.
When you're locked in, you don't really notice people around.
Yeah,
you know
you don't,
I mean?
to be fair. You don't.
But I just, remember buzzing off of it.
Right. Score a goal in a 3-2 win, or the winner, like the winning save in a penalty shootout.
Win and save in a penalty shootout.
Have you scored a goal?
Yeah.
Have you?
Yeah.
Who for? Against who?
I played it before Luton in goal.
Yeah.
I went to a festival in Wimbledon.
Yeah. Here we go.
But it was still 11 aside.
Yeah.
But they just brought the pictures in a little bit more.
Yeah. And you scored?
Yeah, it's sidey. Keeper was lying. Like, why not?
Get an assist or 10 saves.
Ooh.
It's like one of those Ederson ones where he just drops it over the top of the back line. Goalkeeper, strikers running through.
It's a bit of me, that.
Or 10 saves.
What type of saves though? Like big saves?
We're talking a few big ones, a few meaty ones. You know, the ones where it's like shot it straight out, you catch
should
it.
Make it.
Yeah. We'll say 5 of those should make it, and 5 of those like extreme, like acrobatic, De Gea type saves.
Do you know what? As much as I was gonna say assist, I'll probably go to 10 saves, because you're making 10 saves in a game for a keeper. That's quite a lot. And
your defense is shit because they're letting loads through.
Yeah.
So you're keeping our team in the game.
And if you're making big saves as well as consistent saves, it just shows that like you got it, you know.
Messi or Ronaldo?
Ronaldo, all day long.
You're a Man United fan, aren't you?
I am.
Now this isn't like an agenda. I actually didn't know all of the people that I'd have on were United fans. Obviously they're all my mates, but I didn't actually know it was this bad. Why?
Why do I support United?
Yeah. Not why Ronaldo. We know why Ronaldo, because you support United. But why do you support United?
Family. It has to be family. Do you know what it was? A little backstory. So
here we go.
My uncles were all ex-pros at Watford. My mum used to play football as well.
Really?
Yeah.
That's unbelievable.
She played at Celtic, mate.
Really?
Yeah.
She's decent.
Yeah, she used to be decent, mate. Off season, she's my buddy I go down the park with.
Oh, that's top, mate. That's unreal.
But so they all grew up with Ashley Young. So when he was at Watford, I sort of supported Watford.
Yeah.
And then I went and played for them when I was 9. So wherever he went, when he went to United, all my family drifted over to United, and I've just always been a United fan. Yeah.
Fair play. Have you seen your fixtures for next season?
No.
Your first 5?
No.
You've got Arsenal in there. You got some big games in there.
Have I?
Yeah, you got Chelsea in there as well. You could be struggling next year.
No,
Amram in or out?
Amram
in? Amram out?
I don't know, you know.
I don't rate him too much.
No, some games he does really well, and in some games I'm like, what are you doing? It's like the final. I don't know why he wasn't playing our best players. Yeah,
Shit, Gaffer.
It's true.
There you go, mate. Favourite football phrase?
Favourite football phrase? In a game or like off the pitch?
Anything.
Ooh. Parrot. Love parrot people.
Oh, that's good.
It is good.
I like that. That's strong. That's very strong. Just for those people who are like, they don't know what that means, can you explain that, please?
So, say you're in the changing room and your mate is just yabbering off on one and you get bored. You'll say, sorry, what'd you say? And you say it again and you just parrot them. It makes the whole room laugh and makes you feel like an idiot.
Night in or night out?
I like a night in, you know.
What's the takeaway order?
Oh, probably Chinese. Chinese is good. But I like a night in with my mates. So if my mate said to me, would you rather go out clubbing or stay in the garden, few drinks, music, food, that's a bit of me.
Yeah, I like that.
Especially in the sun.
Sharp. Right, so let's get into it. Obviously, I always say your early life, like first footballing memories. Talk to me, mate. How did it really start?
So I was playing just Sunday League at Ickenham.
No way, really.
Yeah.
Same.
Did you?
Yeah.
Got to start somewhere. Yeah, and then from there I went and played on, districts, like Hillland district squads. And I got scouted by some performance club called Young Schools of Excellence at the time. Played against loads of different academies. Got offered at Luton and QPR. I signed for Luton when I was 11. Yeah, I've been there ever since. I had a few clubs interested in me, but at the time I was doing really well, so I didn't really see a need to move.
Were you always a goalkeeper?
No.
What was your first position, mate?
Striker. But this is why I say I don't really count it though, because
go on.
I've always been a goalkeeper, like playing professionally. But Sunday League and that, I used to love going up top, mate. I loved it.
What was your style? Were you a hold up striker? Would you spin, bit of pace?
Yeah, I used to be quite quick, Up until the injuries kicked in, the old knees. I used to be quite quick.
Oh my God. How does that happen? Obviously, because obviously everyone's like, the old adages are goalkeepers are the weirdest because they're by themselves, they talk to themselves and stuff, but you're quite like a calm, relaxed, sort of placid guy.
Yeah.
How did that, why goalkeeper?
I've always loved playing in goal as well. So this is what I mean. I used to swap. I used to do half and half on the pitch, half off.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to lie, when I was younger, my asthma was really bad. So running, I couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. And then my mum said to me, you got to pick one.
Yeah.
So I picked goalkeeping and look where it's got me, do you know what I mean? It's
fair play.
Yeah,
do you think if you were a striker, you'd be at Luton?
Oh, probably not, no.
That's a question.
Probably not, because before I joined Luton, even when I was playing Sunday League, I never went to squad training. So before I went to Luton, I had no form of outfield training whatsoever.
So you just pitch up on a Sunday, play.
Honestly, you'd come and watch me play and you'd be like, where the hell did you get this kid? Because his feet are horrible. But now they're my best attribute.
That's unbelievable. So obviously you get offered to go to Luton. What was that like? Obviously, because districts and counties got quite a massive reputation. When you're going into district, what is that like? Because you would be playing with some lads who were already at academies and stuff. What was that like? That's sort of your first introduction to proper sort of team.
Yeah, 100%. You play against better players for a start. It's like, I'd go there different from Sunday League. Everyone's in the same position. But then when you go into the county football, you're playing against players from all over the place. And you'll come across one or two superstars. And then it shows you their real talent, isn't it, really? But then ever since I got joined at Luton, signed at Luton, sort of like you naturally up your your game.
You up your level,
Yeah, you up your level. So when you're playing in the district, it's like you find it hard playing with people because it's harder to lower your standards, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's harder to lower standards, so you naturally just up them. But yeah, district, it was a good laugh and all, but I only did it for a year because I got a bit bored of it, to be honest.
What was that like, obviously, going into Luton? You're only 10, 11, sort of, all the lads I spoke to, that first sort of trial or those first few trials, they're not really grasping the idea of this is something that I could do longer term. Did you have that like straight away, like I want to be a footballer, this is my chance, or did you sort of see it like them?
When I first started, like, you know, when you're a young kid, especially age 9, 10, it's like, I want to be in an academy.
Yeah.
And it seems great. So at the time I was buzzing. I really was buzzing. And that's when you get a taste for it. Like, the longer you're there and the more you experience travelling to, especially being at a club like Luton, when you go to like to Chelsea, Arsenal, Man United, it gives you like, I don't know, almost like a buzz. It's just say like, I want to do this full time. But at the time when I first joined, I just saw it as another team. But I was just training with better players, and it would improve me as a player. Yeah, but now obviously, like, this is my dream to become professional, do you know? But yeah.
So obviously you go into Luton, like you said, district is sort of a laugh and stuff, and obviously you're playing against good players, but nowhere near the level. When you go into Luton, did you instantly see obviously that difference, especially as a goalkeeper? Sort of, you can see the whole pitch. Is it a little bit different in terms of like, yeah, he's good, or this is a lot different from what I've seen before?
100%. Like, I remember going in the first training session and I went in goal. Usually if I go in goal at district or at Ickenham, I'll be standing there and I'll make probably one save risk over the bar. Everything's on target because they teach from a young age, like, precision is key. Yeah, I noticed I was making a lot more saves. The quality, even at a young age, like, you'd be surprised nowadays what kids have got in their locker. But yeah, I went there and I thought I'd go there and be like, one or two of these are decent. Like, all of them were on it.
Yeah.
So that again, that helps me. Do you know what I mean? Making more saves improved me more.
So obviously coming through the system, what is it like for a goalkeeper? Because obviously as an outfield player, you know, and speaking to outfield players, you sort of like, oh, this lad on the half turn and stuff. As a goalkeeper, what are they sort of training you on every day? What's the specifics? Like, take me into that realm of what it's like, because you lot train separately from the team a lot of the time. What's that like?
It's great. I've always said it's so much better than outfield training. Because I look over and see all those idiots running around like a headless chicken. I'm there. Do you know what I mean? The heat.
Yeah.
No, but from a young age, you got to be technically good, especially in this generation of the game. And technically for a goalkeeper means like being clean with your feet, clean with your hands. They believe it or not, they actually teach you how to dive, because you can't hurt yourself. You just
really.
Yeah. Like,
so what's the take us through, mate? What's the proper diving technique?
You've got to, when you're diving, you've got to sort of learn to cushion your cushion your landing, yeah. Because if you fall straight in your hips, it hurts a lot. It's like when you make an unorthodox save. I made many of them. I land awkwardly. I'm like, oh yeah, I felt that one. But usually 9 times out of 10 in training, you learn. They teach you, so you'll be on your knees. They throw the ball to your side. Pause. And you sort of.
I had to. I had to.
What is you talking about? You're on your knees and throw a ball to your side, your left or your right, and you learn to. I don't really know how to explain it to an upper player. You sort of just collapse, but smoothly. If that makes sense. Yeah. And then as you get older, you sort of. It's like you just remember it. You know what I mean? I don't really know how else to explain it,
but because you've done it so often, it's natural. So I'm really interested in this because obviously for an outfield player, there's so many different boxes you have to tick. Nobody talks about being sort of like a technical goalkeeper. But everyone talks about, he should say this, he should say that. When you're watching on the TV or you're watching like the first team players train and you're watching the goalkeepers, what is that? What are you looking for? What are some of the like technical marks of like he's a well-rounded goalkeeper?
It's a mixture of everything, and then especially in this generation of game, it's different to back then. Like you can't just be a goalkeeper stand on your line anymore. You've almost got to be like another defender. Yeah. So when I use Thomas Kaminski as an example. So I've trained with him many times. He's top. He is there with the squad. He walks and talks the game for a start. Like I'm always listening. I write it down when I watch him. What he says, because you couldn't say if I said a long sentence to you in a game, you'd be like,
mate,
going on about. Yeah, do you know what I mean? So it's just like the key things he says in a game to his players, and they're like, right, that's it. That's what I've got to do. So I look at that. Positioning as well is massive, because pitch geography for a goalkeeper is actually very difficult.
Yeah.
And I noticed it. Like, I remember I got in training, a goal got brought off outside the 18-yard box, I didn't have a clue where I was. The ball went straight past me every time. I'm not even joking. So yeah, like positioning, knowing where you are. And yeah, I don't know. I'm a visual learner, so when I watch, I learn. It's like someone could tell me all the time, you've got to do this, you've got to do that. But unless I actually see it, I'm not someone that could just pick up on it like that. But yeah, I'll just say someone that is good with their feet, it's consistent with their handling. I don't like, it's another pet peeve of mine, I don't like it when keepers are over-exaggerate their saves.
Ramsdale.
Yeah.
Name and shame, mate. Name and shame.
Do you know what? I would say Ramsdale, but people refer me as Ramsdale, so I'm not gonna say that. Yeah.
Are you quite dramatic with your saves?
I'm not though. I think it's more, his distribution was good in that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think more of that. But I also get referred to as Pickford as well.
Because I don't like him. He's too, like, if I was in his team, it'd put me on edge. I want my keeper. I feel like you, for me,
you
would
want
be a
that
nice keeper, like a calming presence, makes a save, even if it's a difficult one, makes a saves and makes just like, because I need you to be calm because you're my goalkeeper.
But you say that now, but you haven't seen me play.
I haven't.
Did you saw me play? I'm very different on the pitch, off the pitch, you know.
What, are you proper aggressive, into people? But
I'll give you constructive criticism and I'll only rip into you when it's needed. Say, for example, you play on the wing. When I last came watch you play, if I was the keeper and that guy that got past you a few times, I'll be ripping you.
You're a cheeky man for that. You're a cheeky man. You're a cheeky man.
I'd get into you for that because once isn't good enough. Once is all right. Second time, what you're doing. Third time is not good enough.
Yeah.
So that's when I'll be like...
Bearing in mind, we did go down to 9 men as well, so I'm just going to put it out there, but it's fine. We did go down to 9 men though, didn't we?
Yeah, you did, but in a 1v1, like...
Yeah, he should be beating me, to be fair.
No, he shouldn't.
So take me through, obviously, the inside stories of what it's like being in the academy and obviously growing up from 11 to 18 and what that's like. When did it get proper serious, or when did you sort of start to feel like there's a bit of pressure on me now in terms of everything's just stepped up another level? What was that? When did you realise that?
So from, I'd say 11 to 15 for me was, that's the fun stage. That's when you're going like on tours to Germany and Poland and all the rest of it and playing out. And you just see it as like, it's a joy to play. Like, you love the game. I'd say when it got to 16 for me personally is when it started to be like, I got something on my mind. I was like, right, I actually need to switch on here, because I had Man City who came looking for me when I was 16, and along with another few different clubs. And that was when I started noticing I was training with the first team. I was playing 21s football regularly as well as 18s, and I was still 15 years old. Yeah. So for me, that was like, right, like I've got something here, I need to maintain it. Going into full time is always difficult because, especially at this age, like all your friends are going out partying or doing this, that, and the other, and you've got to sacrifice everything.
And stay focused.
Yeah, you have to stay focused. Right now is the hardest time. Like our off season is when everyone else is still at school or still at work. So you're literally on your own. So it's like, I'm finished. What next? So, do you know what I mean? Yeah. But yeah, no, full time is completely different to part time. Like when you're part time and like you're training 3 nights a week, it's different because you're still at school, you're still with your mates and that, and in the evening you're not just chilling at home, you're just going to play football you love, so you don't really think anything of it. So when it gets full time, it's difficult. Like the early nights, consistently missing out on the weekends, you got games, staying focused. That's when it gets a bit more tough.
Did you find that difficult? Obviously, because like you said, you're someone who prior to signing for Luton wasn't someone that ever went to training. Turn up on Sunday, and then you go from turn up on Sunday to training 3 times a week, and then from 3 times a week you're full time. Did you feel like the workload was a lot to get used to, or did you just, like, obviously like you said, you just enjoy it? Like it's just one of those things, just another step.
I always enjoy it, and it wasn't like I wasn't doing any training. I just didn't do outfield training. Yeah. I just went to a private goalkeeper coach. So I went into Luton knowing everything about goalkeeping and nothing to do with my feet. But obviously that comes the more you train and everything. But yeah, no, full time is a whole different ball game. It is a whole different ball game. Like training 10, 11 hour days. I know there's a lot of people out there with normal jobs that do the same, but
it's different.
It's different. It's training. Yeah, it's and do you know what? It's the mental side of everything. You could say the football side's the easy part. It's mentally draining. Like it really is. It's tough. It's really tough. Before
we move on to obviously like how Luton sort of do it differently, just talk to me about going on tour, because a lot of the lads talk about it and I've never really delved into it. What is that like? Because as a young, like some of the kids that I teach, one of them plays for Brentford, he's going to go on tour to Germany in a couple of weeks. And I just imagine me as like 11, 12-year-old, like that would be the best thing ever. I get to go on tour with my football mates, like play footy for a couple of days and come back home and tell all my mates about the stories. What was that like, that period between 11 to 15 when you're going on like tours to Germany and Brazil, Portugal, wherever else he might go.
Do you know what? I only ever went on one tour.
Shock. Great.
Sorry. It was as I signed, actually. So I signed, and then I wasn't actually meant to go on the tour. It was the keeper broke his finger, or broke his arm the week of the tour. So they called me in and said, like, look, here's your papers to sign. Do you want to come on tour type thing? And when you're there, it's great. It's a great laugh. You stay in a hotel with the lads. You all go in one room. Obviously, you're young. Like, probably the stuff we'd do on tour now is completely different. But at the time, it literally is just a laugh. And playing against teams like, I don't know, we played AC Milan, for example. It's completely different. I know you're 11 years old, but it's AC Milan. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's when it hits you. It's just like, I'm at Luton. I didn't even hear of Luton before I went there. I didn't even know who I was going to. I went to my coach and I said, who do I go to? QPR, Luton. They said, Luton's top. I was like, who are they? So I went there not thinking, like, everyone else would be like, oh, you play for Luton, it's great. But for me at the time, I was just a bit like,
don't know who they are.
Yeah.
It's just another team.
Yeah, it's just another team, exactly that. Yeah, no, so you'd go there, so almost as like an underdog, especially when you got like Real Madrid, AC Milan, all those teams there.
Real Madrid?
Yes.
Playing honestly, Luton on a tour?
I know. It's mental. It's
any
crazy.
any lads any Nuggets, any lads that you played against
I wouldn't know.
Real Madrid?
I wouldn't know.
You could have played against flipping.
It's 8 years ago, mate.
Could have played against Vinny.
No.
I know Slim, but you could have played, I don't know. I don't know who's at Real Madrid.
Really either. Unfortunately.
So obviously the step up to full time now, you obviously talked about it being not particularly difficult, but it's a change and a shift in mentality in terms of it's getting unprofessional, by the way. There is someone ringing his phone and it's the third time that's like, I'm fuming, but you've got the ring off, so I'm going to tell you off. But obviously, like, you go into full time. How does it work at Luton? Because obviously we spoke before, it's a little bit different to other clubs.
Yeah.
So how does it work?
In terms of what a day looks like?
Yeah, what a day looks like.
So a day looks like, so you have the option to come for breakfast, and that'll be at 8 o'clock. Training usually starts at 9. The annoying thing about Luton, which they're very, very hard on discipline. So when they don't want their young players to come across as big time, like walking around with a Louis Vuitton like wash bag and all the rest of it. So they would discipline you a lot, right? So you come, what?
Just looking at your shoes, sorry.
Yeah, that's all right. So you come in for breakfast or whatever, and you come in at 9 o'clock, and then you wait until training, whether that be at 10:30, 11 o'clock, train for about 3 hours, lunch.
That's
the problem
a massive
is,
session. Yeah,
it is. It's like 2.5, 3 hours on a normal regular day. If it was a Tuesday or Thursday, we'd double session. So we'd start earlier, so start about 10, finish about 12.
When you do, sorry to cut you off, when you do training, is it like, obviously pre-ac, is that part of it, like pre-ac?
Yeah, pre-activations,
sweet.
Yeah, so we have activations before we go out, but that was more so for the outfielders. The goalkeeper only ever did it if it was power. To be fair, I was one that asked for it because I was just like, the pre-ac for outfielders is completely different for a goalkeeper. Goalkeeper is more, a lot of it's static stretching and power work. So if it was doing power, great. If we weren't doing power and it was just, I don't know, like opening and closing the gates, I'm just like, I'm missing out on training time by doing that. Like, I can go out earlier and do all of that and then get straight into a session. So yeah, I'd only ever go and do the power work, to be honest, in pre-ac. And then you go into the training session. So I do a goalkeeper session for about 45 minutes, usually most days. And then we'll get on with the squad. So it'd be like small-sided games, shooting, waves, patterns, playing out. Friday was always the best session.
Why was that?
Because it was match day -1. So you'd get there, you'd be finishing at 2 o'clock. Wouldn't have to wait for first team. Usually you have to wait for first team and 21s to eat and do gym and be out the building before you can do anything else. So you'd catch us sitting around for hours doing nothing. Without our phones as well, by the way.
That's honking.
Not allowed our phones.
Yeah, because I've tried to text you a few times when you were in and you were like, sorry mate, I've got...
Yeah, you've had a go
I
at
can't
me.
be on my phone.
Yeah.
They're quite hard in you lot, to be fair, which is obviously good for building character and stuff, but I can imagine it can be annoying because, like, you think stuff like, I just want to go on my phone or I just want to relax, but it's like, it's one of those things, even like the stuff like where you got to wait for the 21s and then you got to wait for the first team, it sort of builds like that character and patience, and it can come across in the wrong way, but I think it's good for building character.
It is good. It is good. I never really had an issue with it. It was tough on some days where it's just like, you would literally be waiting for the first team. And like, I remember sitting in the changing room for about 3 hours waiting to have lunch after the session. Yeah. And I was starving. And that's never a good thing, is it?
Oh, it's not.
It's not.
Because then you get hangry.
Yeah. And the food. Oh.
Go on. Struggling.
Yeah. It was. And so that's why I say like Fridays, because Fridays, it's all about your carbs, innit? Before a game. So it would literally be like mac and cheese, lasagna, carrot carbonara, all my favourite. And yeah, you would finish training at like 11 o'clock, have lunch by 12, no gym, because obviously you're not in the gym before a game.
Yeah.
Go home, it's great.
So obviously talk to me about, I know we talked about a little bit about the technical side of being a goalkeeper, but I just want to touch on sort of using your feet. Now, a lot of the times you hear ex-pros on comms and stuff, and like, he just has to kick it out, man. Why is he not putting his laces through it, man? And it's like, obviously you play in the academy system, it's like there's always a reason for what you're doing. What is it like as a goalkeeper, as being in the modern era and you've got to use your feet a lot more? And like you said, when you got there, you weren't too great with your feet. What was that like? Now all of a sudden you've got to be able to do like a roulette and a Cruyffy, and it's like, what was that like?
So I'll go back to when I first joined, when I weren't great with my feet. I used to hate the ball coming back to me in a game. I used to hate it. I used to dread it. I'd be like, ball coming back to me, I'm just going to hoof it. Like, I don't care. I'm just going to get rid of the ball. The team would have a go at me, the coach would be screaming at me.
Yeah.
As I progressed and I got better, now I ask for the ball and I'm like, yeah, just give it to me. Like I almost act like another defender, as I said earlier. Not to the extent of doing Cruyffs. If I did a Cruyff in my box, I probably would have been let go a long time ago. I remember I did that once and I got ripped for it.
Really?
It paid off, but I got ripped for it because if you make a mistake, you look like the biggest melon, ain't you?
But it's come off though.
I know it's come off.
But if you keep doing it and then they're watching a huddle and it's like, oh, he likes little Cruyff, so just wait for him, show him one way and then nick it the other side.
I know, but it's also, it's not Arsenal or Chelsea academy, it's Luton. So being in Championship, they want to create Championship players, which is put the ball down, kick it as far as you can. It's not playing out. I'm a playing out goalkeeper.
Yeah.
Like, I will, if I, for example, saw a pass into my 10 or my 8 and it would cut out 4 or 5 players out of the game, I'll choose to do it.
That's a big pass, by the way.
It is a big pass.
Yeah.
But I've got evidence of me doing it.
Oh.
I've got evidence of me doing it. And if I would rather try and do that for risk reward type thing than playing to my defender just for him to kick it up the pitch.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm just like, I could do that.
That's your mentality. You want to get the play going forward as quickly as possible.
Yeah. So like beforehand, that used to be my mentality. It's just boot it as far away as I can because I don't want it. But now I'm relaxed and chill. Like I had to work on my left foot a lot because got an injury. I was in leg brace and crutches for 3 months. So I had to train my left foot and now it mirrors my right. So if it comes on my left, it comes on my left, it comes on my right.
How long did that take before you felt completely comfortable to play off your left foot?
A long time. I would say the last year or so is when I felt really comfortable. Don't get me wrong, goal kicks I wouldn't do it. Not a chance.
What, just because of the distance, you think?
Yeah, well, it's not even the distance. It's just I'm thinking like I know it's my weaker foot. So it's just like in my right foot, it's like I've been doing that my whole life. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
With my left foot, it's like if it's in a game, I'm fine. I don't really think about too much into it. But I think if I was going to go a goal kick, especially with the crowd behind you and that, on your weak foot, that's a dangerous game, isn't it? That is dangerous.
Just talk to me. I'm going to get into first team players in a bit, but in terms of in the academy, who were some players that who had like, I want to know from your perspective, what is the toughest shot for a goalkeeper, and who was like in training like he's just going to score, like he's just going to score past me, there's nothing I can do. Who was like that at Luton?
There's a kid called JJ, Jack Jones. He is a year older than me, but the power he gets behind his shots is unreal. So in a game, don't get me wrong, if I know I'm gonna take a hit, I'll take a hit. But in training, it's not worth getting injured. I tell you that for free. Like if you are 3 yards out, I won't dive. I'll dive away from the ball. I'm trying.
That's
to save
honking.
No. But put yourself in my shoes, right? If you're doing crossing and finishing, and you're inside the 6-yard box, and they're just levering it.
But it's got to be match intensity though.
Yeah, I know, but that's so unrealistic. When do you score from 2 yards away?
All the time. If that's driven across the box, I'm sliding in. That's why I'm scoring and you're not saving it.
We need to go down the Astro because I'll prove you wrong, mate. We'll prove you wrong. But no, anyway, the reason I say it, right, I played up for the 21s. I was playing Northampton. And it was naff pitch and the rest of it. In the warm-up is in goal. JJ's taking a shot on the angle. Before I could even react to it, I was on the floor. It hit me in the side of the face and I was knocked out. I'm not joking. Like I was gone. Yeah. I couldn't hear anyone. Like my hearing was gone for about 2 weeks. It was horrible. And then since then, every time in training or before a game, if it's the shooting, I would do So I make 2 or 3 saves that I'm comfortable with, and then I'll get the keeper on the bench to go and goal. So I'm like, that's me done. That's why my warm-up is so short, because I'm just not risking getting injured before a game.
So was it JJ had the hardest shot? Who's the best finisher?
Best finisher. But this is the thing, JJ, he's got a good shot as well. Yeah, he's got a good finish. Do you know what? My boy Charlie Trustram, he's my age, midfielder, plays 10. He's got a shot on him as well, to be fair. It's just like, not necessarily the power, but the accuracy.
He just knows how to put it in the net. He just knows how to, fair enough.
Because he's one of them players, you know goalkeeping strikers give it large all the time. Like, never see eye to eye in a training session or whatever. Always at each other. And I'll be in goal and they're doing free kicks. I'll give it large to everyone because I'll get in the head. But with him, I shut up because
you know he can pop it.
I know he can bury it. Yeah.
That's unbelievable. What about the first team? So obviously you trained with the first team a few times. What was that like?
Oh, that's a whole different ball game. It really is. The intensity for a start, like everything's ridiculous. Like the pace of it is so quick. The physicality side of things is completely different. Obviously, they can strike a ball a lot cleaner for a start, and the power as well. I remember I was in goal, and I was in a small-sided game training. And Elijah Adebayo almost took my arm off. I made a save, and it just swung my arm back. Like shoulder next day was killing me. Couldn't move. It's horrible.
That's fucked.
But it's also hard, like because they're so accurate with everything they do. It's like, Jesus, like I'm knackered after 5 minutes. Usually in the training with the 18s or 21s, I don't really get tired because I'm not really having to do much. No offense to them, but it's the first team. They have to be. Do you know what I mean? How
physically taxing is it to be a goalkeeper? Because obviously, like people obviously think, oh, they just stand there, fucking. I need to stop swearing. They just stand there and like do nothing really. But how physically demanding is that position?
If I have a quiet game, it's not very physically demanding, I'll be honest with you. If you're in a busy game, it can be. It's more I'll explain it more so when I went out on loan. That's when I start to feel it after games. So I've never got cramp before in a game, training, in a game, I've never actually got cramp before unless I play 120 minutes and play penalties. But when I was out on loan, because obviously you can't play out, they just want you to boom it. And I went out on loan to the worst team. And I was having to do about 40 goal kicks a game. And at the end of it felt my legs would fall off. So that side of it, as you get older as well, like comes claim cross, for example. When I was doing crossing session with the first team, I can't take a cross and I see Carlton Morris in front of me. I'm like, oh,
for fuck's sake. I need to stop swearing.
You come across people who are just built like brick shit houses and it's just like, So with me in the 18s, I was always, especially in my squad, I've always been the biggest player. So when it comes to like corners and practicing that, like I'll just go for anyone. But when you come to someone bigger and stronger than you, you'll be like, do you know what I mean?
No, I get it. It can be quite physically like, especially with the first team. I mean, that must be like on a different planet, like you said. It's just, they're just built, they can strike the ball and it's just a different ball game. Just before we touch into your non-league experience, what was give me some inside stories. So like I want to know, what was the worst you ever got hammered? Because I think as a goalkeeper, it's obviously easier because like, if you make a mistake, everyone's all over you. What was the worst time you think you ever got like dug out? Pause. I've started, I have to continue.
Oh dear. The thing is, no one was thinking that either.
Yeah, I know.
By the way.
Yeah, I know.
Alright. So it was before Christmas last year. And I played Ipswich on the grass. I had a honker. Like, it was a stinker. Really bad, like ball between my legs. Horrible. And after the game, I weren't right anyway because they brought me back from injury too early. So I still wasn't 100%. So I went into a game not feeling 100%. So my confidence wasn't really there. Yeah, so that always leads to a mistake, especially like you've got, as a goalkeeper, if you make a mistake, you've got to snap out of it. You've got to have a trigger to say, all right, that's one, not letting it affect the rest of my game. But I did. And I made about 3 or 4 mistakes.
Ooh.
And they weren't great either. And then after the game, I remember the first team goalkeeper coach, or one of them, pulled me into the thing. I got dug out in the change room first. He literally sat me down in front of everyone and was just like, what the actual are you doing?
Seriously?
Yeah. And I was 16, man.
What was the score?
4-1.
All for your fault?
Nah, 3 of them were.
Ooh.
3 of them, no, I say one of them was like a complete area. Literally, like I could have scooped the ball out and went through my legs. Bad. I know it happens to the best of us, you know what I mean? But the other ones weren't necessarily my fault, but I could do better.
Yeah.
Like, I weren't happy with it at all.
Yeah.
And I self-criticised myself like hard. And then no, actually one of them was a cross as well. I went up for a cross. I said keepers and then stayed on my line, so everyone looked at me because I've obviously screamed keepers, but changed my mind last minute. And then everyone just looked at me.
And waiting for you to come.
Yeah, waiting for me to come. I didn't. And then it was just 5 of them just came crashing in there, and I was like,
oh my God.
do you know the worst thing is though? I got dug out for it because I'm loud. All my coaches heard me shout keeper. So I get in the changing room. He goes, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And if you're going to call keepers, you come through. You've got to come. Even if it's the wrong decision, you have to come. And my argument, but the thing is with me, I always gave it back a little bit. And I was just like, okay, granted, yeah, I should have come for it. I hold my hands up to it. But does that mean that all of my defenders switch off?
Yeah, no, it shouldn't. It doesn't mean that. You still plan for the worst.
You still do it. Because I say to my players all the time, it's one thing I say to my defenders before a cross or anything. If I shout keepers and you know that you have a better chance of getting it, do it. If you take it out of my hands, I don't care. Just do it. So that was in training. That was in a game. In training, it was actually quite recent. This was when I started to realise that Luton wasn't the club for me. Like, I knew that I weren't going to be there next season. And I just started getting dropped for some reason. I don't know why. I can't really say too much.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No,
like,
yeah.
Off camera I can say.
Yeah.
No. And I weren't getting played. And then in the game, I don't know why, I just got a bit of head loss, and that's not me. That's not me. And in the game, it was a pitch geography thing. They moved my goal halfway up the pitch inside the semicircle.
That's horrid.
Yeah, so I didn't know where I was. Yeah. He also cut the pitch. So the goal's here. He's put cones 5 yards that way and 12 yards that way, because the pitch was playing on the weekend was supposedly like that. And I was like, well, that's really unrealistic, isn't it? So I come for an angle shot here, thinking I know where I am, but I'm not. And he took a shot and it just went straight past me because I had about that much of the goal open. And then there was another one, like my coach, Joe Deeney, he ripped me a new one in front of everyone. But he loved doing that. He was a great coach, by the way. Like, I did really like him. But yeah, he ripped me a new one for it. And then there was another one where I should have saved it. And I actually made a really good save, but it hit my head and went back in goal. But this was after making 2 mistakes.
Yeah.
So then everyone was just like, what the hell? And I was just like, that is not me. Like,
what did Deeney say?
He just shouts. He just shouts.
What, anything and everything?
But he was a fighter as well. So like, he's quite... I don't really get intimidated by many people.
Is he intimidated? Does he get like... Is he there?
He gets like that with his fist clenched and everything. Do you know what I mean?
That's unbelievable.
Yeah. And then he gave me a bollocking in training, but it's always worse when you hear it from other lads. Like, they'll come and say, oh, Kai, you're in the shit, mate. And I was like, why? In lunch, Joey's going off on one. Coach talking about it, and I'm like, for goodness sake. I don't actually listen to what people say to me unless because I actually went to Joe and I said, look, heard things in the lunch hall. I want to speak to you one-on-one, man to man. Like, yeah, I had a shit session. It happens to the best of us. But is there any need for that? Like, if there's an issue or there's something you want to bollock me for, I would much rather, like, I'm 18, I can take it on the chin. I'd much rather you come to me about it. Instead of getting, because you know what it's like when you're in a club. Like, I didn't actually get along with a lot of lads at Luton, you know.
Really?
Yeah.
Why not? Do you think that's the culture at the club in terms of like in that dressing room in your year, or why not?
I think maturity thing played a massive part.
Yeah, I can see that.
Again, I can't really say too much on camera.
Yeah,
but I can say that I usually was the one that got brought to the first team, the 21 squad, when I was younger, and I was the only one in the squad that did. So I don't know whether it was a jealousy thing at the start. I'm not sure. But yeah, you could see the divide. So then there's also a lot of players, like, I'm not sure a lot of people agree with me who are in academies. There's people in the changing room that just love beef and are big stirrers. I've
had a few mates recently tell me a few stories that would surprise me, but I've had Luke was here and he was like to me, a lot of the time coaches don't actually care about your attitude, which obviously is true to a certain extent, because if you perform on the pitch, you're not going to be bothered with like what you're like and the changes.
I can back him 100%.
But then again, it's like you said, there's people who just love it. Yeah. And if you're playing well, they're not going to drop you.
No, they're not. Exactly that. It literally, like, I can back that comment 100% because there's a guy at Luton, I'm not going to say his name, biggest donut off the pitch. And he's not a likeable lad at all.
In what sense? Like, shh, if you're not trying to say, if you don't
know. Nah, he just, let's just put it this way. We've been kicked out of our locker room 3 times for stupidity. And it gets to a point where it's just like, mate, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, you're 18 years old.
Sort yourself out. Yeah.
And always, to me especially, not to me especially, but he was just always nasty to other players. But
do you think that's something him trying to be like, come across as a leader, trying to intimidate people?
It's not leading though, is it?
It's not leadership, but obviously you know how people see things, like,
yeah,
or how you want to come across the coaches.
I think it's just an ego thing, I'll be honest with you. I'll be completely honest, it's just ego. But, and as much as I hate to admit it, he is a very good footballer. You say I'm rude for going on my phone.
I didn't even, do you know what's crazy? I didn't actually even go on my phone. We'll VAR check that.
I know, but when my phone was ringing, I see it,
rang,
and I didn't look, I just switched it off. And I'm talking to you and you're like,
fair play. You got me there.
Yeah.
You got me there.
Yeah, like as I said, as much as I hate to say it, he is a very, very good footballer. He is very good. And he would not get dropped despite his behaviour off the pitch.
Well, we'll finish obviously the academy section. I want you to give me, I'm going to say 5 players, 2 from 18s, 2 from the 21s and 2 from the first team. That's 6. 2 from the 21s, 2 from the 18s and 2 from the first team that really impressed you.
All right, so 18s, I would... Do you know what? It's harder to say.
Hard?
Do you know what? I'm going to have to say, like Charlie you were speaking about earlier, Charlie Trustrum.
Yeah.
And Charlie Emery. Charlie Emery is, don't get me wrong, they're all got a lot of talent. Like, I think they're great. I hope they all do really well. But these two in particular, like, it's good to have a bond or a good friendship or relationship on the pitch type things because you know how each other play.
Yeah.
So Charlie being a midfielder, I know if he finds a pocket, I could trust him around 10 players and he'll manage to get himself out of it somehow. He's very good with his feet. Charlie Emery is an old school defender where I'm saying 50-50 challenge, you ain't coming out of it alive.
Nice.
And he will put his body on the line. Like, I'll be lining up my wall and he'll be the only one that stands there like that, like, hit me.
Yeah.
All the others like flinching and turning away.
Yeah,
and
but
like,
he wants it.
Yeah, but yeah. And and he's a top lad. He's a leader. He was our captain.
Nice.
So I'd say those 2 from the 18s. The 21s, see, the 21s at Luton was different because you didn't actually play for anything. It was like, this might sound really horrible to say, but it was like a BTEC first team.
Is it EDS League? Was it EDS League a bit like Brentford?
There wasn't a league.
Was there not?
No, there's no league. The only thing you play for in the 21s at Luton is the Premier League Cup. That's the only competition you're playing. Other than that, it's friendlies against, like, I don't even know, Cooley Green, where I went out on loan. And no, I don't know, they're just like, yeah.
Did some lads struggle against those teams or?
No, we beat them 16-0.
Their first team?
Yes.
Wowzers. Go on, mate. I want to get into that. Go on, tell me. You got 4 more players. 4
more players, yes. Yeah, so I'd say, players. Can I say players that have left or current squad?
I'll give you players that have left.
All right then. So I'd say players that have left. Burge. Oh my God, Jake Berger. Burge, that was his nickname. Unreal, mate. Absolutely unreal.
What position did he play?
Midfield. He's an 8 and he is a joke. No, he's a 10, sorry. And he was absolutely ridiculous. Like, I haven't seen a player like him before.
In terms of what's his style?
You know, and just someone's an all-rounder, like, he will track back for a start. You don't stop running. He's physical. He's quite small, but he's physical. The skills he pulls out are just like, you just got to sit there and go,
fair play.
Yeah. And his finishing is a joke. And he's hilarious. He's a likeable guy.
He's just an all-rounder. He's just an all-rounder. He's
just very good. And then another one, I'd say in the 21s, there's a couple I could say, but I would... Josh O'Dell, centre-half, he's not there anymore. He was very, very good. Again, old-school defender. But Josh Phillips, he made his debut against... I'm not going to say because I don't know.
Nice.
But he is like a... He was at... Where was he at? He was at Chelsea. So he already had the experience playing in like Premier League clubs.
Yeah.
And his skills and that, again, are just like... They're ridiculous. And he is just an all-round good player. Some of the things he does is a bit... Yeah. But he's one of them players, yeah. You know, when the winger gets the ball... Yeah. I don't know if you get this or not, but the winger will get the ball and the crowd are just like, oh... Yeah. I like him.
Oh, you're a cheeky man. You're a cheeky man. They do that, by the way, when they get the ball.
Yeah. And then first team, I got to back Thomas Kaminski because he's helped me a lot.
Yeah.
He has helped me
Good geezer.
Yeah, he's top. He really is top. And then I get all his gloves as well when he's done with them. Not anymore because I'm not there. Yeah. But I did. Outfield wise, Ross Barkley was ridiculous when he was there.
At Luton, he was a joke.
He was
As
a joke.
6, oh my days. Some of the stuff he was pulling out is a joke, man.
That's when all the players I would say outfield wise at Luton are gone.
Oh, yeah, they have, yeah.
But if I would say one player, like Chong, probably.
Tave Chong.
Yeah, I would say Chong because he's still there.
Oh, people won't understand how good he is. But it's one of those things.
Yeah.
Right, talk to me about your non-league experience. Obviously, last season or season before last?
No, it's this season.
This season you got on loan to a Step 5 club. Just talk to me, obviously you talked a little bit about what the differences were like. You're booting the ball constantly. But what is that like, obviously, going into training and all that sort of stuff? Just talk to me quickly about that.
So my loan was a bit different to everyone else's. It wasn't when I was still training full-time at Luton.
Yeah.
I didn't train with them because they didn't want me to, because their training awful for a start. And they still wanted me to play for Luton, essentially. I would just be playing for them on the weekends.
Yeah.
So it's always tough going into, like, I don't know, like when you drop down a level, it's always tough, isn't it? Especially as a young goalkeeper. But I played 10 games there, and the icebreaker for me was my first proper game, because I went for a trial game for them, my first game. It wasn't the first team.
Yeah.
But my first actual game, again, I can't remember who it was against.
Shock.
But I got us the first clean sheet of the season.
Did you have to, wait, was there a lot more shots?
I made 18 saves.
18 saves?
That's a lot.
That's loads.
That is a lot for a goalkeeper.
So do you feel like there was just less sort of intelligent defending in terms of people happier to let shots on goal and that sort of thing?
Yeah. It's like trying to tell a blind person what to do, respectfully.
No, I can completely agree. I can agree.
Pitch. Do you know what I mean? Like you actually have to baby them.
Do you feel like when you stepped in, did you feel like, not obviously a more mature footballer, because obviously they haven't experienced at a level, but did you almost feel like, oh my days, I've almost got to like hold their hands in certain scenarios and be vocal?
100%. I noticed it was set pieces. Yeah. Because the gaffer will come in, literally names on an A4 piece of paper, sticks it on the back of the door.
What, for set pieces?
No, that for the lineup. Yeah. And then underneath it'll be set pieces.
Jobs.
Cai Hockey, deep free kicks, no jobs.
Not even like...
Penalties will be, I don't know, whoever. Free kicks, whoever. Corners, whoever. That was it. And I was just like, what's the lineup? What's your setup for set pieces, like defending a corner? And he goes, whatever you want. So I'm like, Jesus Christ. And then in the game, I usually would be able to just be like, right, positions now. Like, I'll put you there. If they need a bit of help, then I'll tell them. Because I always go through the set pieces the night before game. But these, like, I literally had to baby them. They were just like, what are you going on about type thing. And like for me, I like someone covering my front post and then just covering the width of the goal. Like someone in line with penalty spot and in line with the back post. And then the rest.
Did you feel that pressure to like...
Yeah.
Because obviously, like, it's a completely different world. There's money involved in terms of from a chairman standpoint and stuff. Did you feel that pressure almost to be like, I've just got to take the lead on this and just show everybody what I want or how I want things to be done?
Yeah. I mean, after that game, I got given the captain's armband for the rest of the game, for the rest of the time I was there.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Wowzers.
I know.
I can't back goalkeepers as a captain, by the way.
No, I agree.
You just can't have a big enough impact on the game as a whole.
I don't know about that. I'm talking more in the sense of, like, for example, you see when, like, I don't know, if the game gets a bit scruffy on the pitch. Yeah. If that happens in the other side of the pitch, in the corner,
you can't rush over.
Why am I running over there?
Exactly. You can't get. That's what I mean. Every
time I'm a captain, because I used to be captain when I was 16 at Luton. I used to say to the ref, I was just like, if something happens and I'm in my goal, I said, Charlie, number 6.
Exactly. You've got a part. Do you know what I mean? Like, for me, it's just like, oh, come on. I'm not saying goalkeepers are bad. It's just like, there's an element of it where, like, for example, my favourite captain ever is like Roy Keane, for example.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, he's always getting involved and stuff, and he's the excellent example of what a captain should be. And I think goalkeepers have to lead by example a lot more in terms of what you do on the pitch and your performance. Yeah. But he talks about all the time, oh, sometimes I just need to rattle into somebody. How are you going to rattle into someone without giving away a penalty? Do you know what I mean? It's like, in that sort of sense, it's difficult for you to impact the game in that sort of way. Obviously, making a big save, penalty saves and all that sort of stuff, the way you communicate is massive. But I just can't back goalkeepers as a captain, personally. Yeah,
I hear it. But I can't give penalties away, but I can be very smart with what I do.
There we go. And that's how you give a penalty. That's how you give a penalty. That is how you give a penalty away.
Yeah, well, not if you're smart.
Oh yeah, here we go.
Like, for example, you know when they do crowd the keeper?
Yeah.
And you got a striker. No. You get your heels.
Yeah.
Dig it into the roof of their foot.
Ooh.
And they're going ref, and I'm just like...
Because refs thinking you're pushing.
They turn around, and I'll literally just stomp on their foot, and then they move away. I'm like, cheers, I've got my space now. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's about, or coming for a cross. I don't care I remember there was a game, right? Who was it against? Fulham. It was a game against Fulham. And there was a guy on trial there who played striker and I hated him. I couldn't stand him. I'm not naming.
Name?
No. And at a corner, from a corner, the ball come in and I've seen him running towards the ball. I'll be honest, I wasn't looking at the ball.
Oh, that's nasty, that.
Yeah,
That's
but I got the ball and I went through him. So at the end of the day...
Didn't mind it.
I loved it. Nothing better when they're laying on the floor.
I hate goalkeepers, man, honestly. I hate you lot. I don't like you.
Yeah, but we don't like outfielders, though.
Just talk to me about, obviously you're only there for 10 games, but just talk to me like, what were the differences like in terms of, obviously you've been in the first team of Rant at Luton training, but in terms of from a semi-pro standard or a non-league standard, what is that? Was it completely different to an 18s, 21s dressing room?
Yeah, completely different. Like, you've been there, you play in a men's team yourself. Some of the stuff they come up with in the change room is
mental,
crazy,
insane,
absolutely crazy.
Yeah,
like couldn't actually say it on camera.
Yeah, no, 110%. There's a bit of that going on as well. Yeah,
on the pitch, I would say it's at that standard, right? It was like, I remember something I was really, really happy with myself with. Ball come back to me under pressure, taking it on my left, and I clipped it over the striker's head into my fullback. He had so much time, just take on his chest and go down the line.
Yeah.
His touch was like him in the throat. And he's then chasing the ball back towards the goal. And I'm just like, you know, look at someone, you're just like, how?
Yeah.
How?
Yeah.
What's going on? So like that element of it is nuts. And like, there's no actual football that gets played. So that's what I would say the biggest thing is like when you go non-league, especially at that level, like all clubs are different. Like going to a step 2 club or something, like
it might translate better.
That is good, yeah, because I've seen it. But that level, I don't know, you can't really call it football. It's just it's like a game of tennis, isn't it?
Cheers, mate. Yeah, no, it is, and I agree. Would you think academy players would find it difficult to just drop in there and obviously play the way you play? Because obviously you are a goalkeeper that likes to use your feet and find pockets and stuff.
Yeah.
You talk about finding like Charlie Emery and stuff like that. There's even a bit of like the 10 not even showing. Or like having a bit of movement to peel off, and it's like, mate, come on, because of the standard you've played at. Do you think it's just difficult for academy players to wrap their head around that sort of stuff?
100%. You couldn't get Matty Takawira, the striker at Luton. He's not there next season either, but he's a top guy. He is about yay big, built like an absolute brick shit house, like ever since he was 11 years old. But he is rapid, and he's a good finisher.
Yeah,
he wanted Crawley Green, the club I went on loan to. They asked him to go there on a loan as well. And he asked me what I thought of it. I said to him, do whatever makes you happy, but I wouldn't go if I was you. And he was like, why? And I said, first of all, no disrespect, but he's not big enough. But more to the point, he wouldn't see the ball at all.
You in areas that he needs to.
You won't get the ball come to your feet. You would get it. You'd be chasing the ball all day long. And like, you would probably get 1 or 2 chances in 90 minutes to actually impact and try and score. So my advice to him was, you can do better. You can do better. For me, it's different because I was in goal. I was going to come across idiots on the pitch, on my team, and especially who don't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
So I'm always going to be busy. I'm always going to have eyes on me. That's why I enjoyed it and that's why I went. But I'd especially say for an outfielder, it's a lot more difficult, especially to what you're used to, like receiving the ball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So obviously we come up to the last bit now. Just talk to me about your 24-25 season. Obviously you've touched on it that you're not you've realised Luton's probably not the club for you. Obviously I've talked about lads when they've come to that decision, and you've spoke about a few nuggets. What made you come to that decision, and why is that?
I said to you, my best season was when I was 16.
Yeah.
Because I had a lot of clubs looking at me. That's when I started to touch on first team, 21s, etc. When I became full-time, I was obviously a first-year scholar, still being the 21s keeper and the 18s keeper, so it was great. I got injured after Christmas, so I played in the FA Youth Cup. This is actually where I noticed things went downhill. FA Youth Cup, played Swindon in the 3rd round, got knocked out, lost 2-0. I had a great game, saved penalty. I made 9 other saves in that game, like big saves as well. They weren't just ones that you'd expect to make. But I did make one mistake that cost for the first goal. It was a corner, crowd the keeper. I was fouled, no one saw it because can't.
Soft.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I should have done better with anyway.
Yeah.
I'm not someone who makes excuses, but I was pushed and I was stretching for the ball and it's come off my gloves and gone back in net. Great corner, by the way. Horrible still with for keeper. Back post was horrible. Ever since then, the club held it against me. I did not have one, like, I'd say there was only 2 people after that game coaches included, that actually came up to me and said, like, well played. Because I actually did have a really good game. This is why I say don't let your mistakes reflect on your game.
Yeah.
But I made that mistake, and then ever since that mistake, that's when I got injured. So I was out for a long time anyway. And then that followed on to next season. Got new coaches, new academy manager, everything. And then I wasn't just the only goalkeeper. We had then signed another second year and 2 first years. So there was 4 of us in the 18s. That's always going to be tough. And they were prioritising and loved to play the young goalkeepers. And every time I did play, they used to say to me, like, you need to work on your crossing. All from that game, that one game where I made one mistake, they would focus on it. And it used to drive me insane, Josh, because I tell you, crossing is one of my strong points. Like, I'm good at taking a cross, but they always focus on one mistake. Do you know what I mean? So then it got to a point where they were like starting to make me question my capabilities.
Your abilities, yeah.
They would, and that's never a good thing.
No, you want to feel the trust and
you want to feel the trust, exactly. And then when you do pull something off, it's the best feeling in the world. But it got to a point where I just felt like every time I was playing, nothing I did was good enough.
Yeah.
And the style of play as well. Like as I said, I have my own ways, and without your raw talent, you wouldn't be where you are now. And that's what I've always gone by. I don't like to be. I'm not saying they did, but I don't like to be programmed into a player I'm not.
Yeah.
So yeah, I started to not play, and that's when I was thinking like, I need to look to go elsewhere. Like, so when they did release me, that's when I went out on trials to other clubs. I was unfortunate with trials. I got invited to Sheffield Wednesday. Got told at the end of my trial they wanted to offer me a pro, but they have 10 goalkeepers. So what do you want to do? I was like, when am I going to get to play a game? 5 years?
Yeah.
Why 10 goalkeepers is crazy.
So just talk to me now about 25, 26. Obviously, like you said, you're still trying at a few places. Is it just to get back into that professional environment and go as far as you can, get another pro?
100%. I'm looking for a pro contract. I don't want anything less. I know that might sound unrealistic because there's a lot of boys in my position at the minute. But you've got to aim high when you're chasing a dream, especially. I understand that you have to drop a level because my exit route would be going to Slough and playing Step 2. But I do want to aim higher than that. And that's why I'm going out on trials to other clubs, like upcoming few weeks, you know.
Nice. Right, Kai, we've come up to the end of our episode, but we've got one more question, and that is a question from the last guest. I'm sweating like a pig. Tell me, who is your favourite OG Barclays player? So last week I went Wilshere or Shamak, to be funny, but it's going to be Wilshere. Who's yours?
Don't know, you know.
Shock.
No, because I would say Wilshere too.
Would you?
Yeah.
Or are you just copying me?
No, I'm not.
Wilshere. Wilshere. Nice. What about Wilshere? Just out of interest. Just copying me.
I don't know. No.
Cop out answer.
Are you gonna let me finish?
Yeah, go on. No, yeah, you can finish. Hey, let me finish. Let me finish.
The only reason what made me say Wilshere is because when he was a coach at Arsenal, we played against Arsenal, and he had a long ass chat with me afterwards.
Really?
Yeah.
HD said that he's one of the best coaches, great advice and stuff.
Yeah, he is. But when he went to Norwich, I don't really know what happened. But when he was at Arsenal, and I was talking to him, and I had a good game, and he was talking to me like well played and that, and then he just tell you like little experiences like to help you in a game. But that's why I'd say Wilshere, basically. I've heard stories from him.
That's top.
From him himself.
That's top. Last thing, your question for the next guest, or is it?
My question for the next guest?
Yeah. God, this geezer might be just like the worst guest on the planet. No, you're not actually. Luke is the worst guest on the planet. Late. I'm not going to get into that. Go on. You're not funny though. Hurry up and give me your question for the next guest.
In terms of what? Football?
Just
anything?
Give me anything, mate.
Oh my God. If you could choose to go on a night out with your boys or go out and watch Josh play football, what would you choose?
I know what I'll choose. That is a brilliant question. Kai, thank you for coming on today. It's been a pleasure. Until next time, over and out.